You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to talk about my humble Terminator collection. I have a couple of items in my collection for quite a long time. I just wanted to give you a quick overview. Some of them are like still out there to be found and can buy for a normal price. And some of them are going to be like very expensive and maybe not like fun to buy. Okay, so let's talk about this Terminator 2 boss that I recently picked up a very long time ago. Take consideration there are a lot of different versions out there, different kind of brands, but this is just one of them you can pick up from China. So when it comes to this China version, I did notice like when it comes to different like boosts, you do have like some little bit of filled or black like stuff on his teeth, and this looks way too clean. It's more like they're brushing the teeth of the Terminator before it's going to be shipped out. Another thing is like it also comes with an LED function in the eyes, and that's pretty damn cool. We have two versions from China. One is the T800, this what you can see over here with the chrome and just a normal like LED eyes. You can see like the LEDs are just shining through the lenses over here. I don't know if the camera picks it up. And also here you can just clearly see them where we have like with some of them have like this very cool like details in the eyes, and there's a little bit of a bummer. And if you're just going to turn it off, it just turns off. Another thing I found a little bit of a bummer, that everything has been used just with chrome. Like everything has been painted with chrome and that's it. Like there is no detail whatsoever here. Some of the limited editions you can pick up. This one comes with some free dust. But when you're going to look it up, you can see some of them can even remove this part and there isn't chip in here. And with this China version, also this doesn't have this feature. I don't want to be all negative, I'm just going to be honest with it. Like the paint job itself is absolutely amazing. There are a couple of different versions. They also call it like the Salvation one, would have like a matte finish. So the other thing is like the tubing over here can be removed. Take consideration like these things fit absolutely horrible. I basically like use these like glaze to put them in position. Here you can see over here like I'm using them to get the hoses in, because when you're needing to like not doing this, they're like super easy to like remove, and sometimes they just fall out. I think it's a really cool, like a very cool idea, like having housings that you need to put in here underneath over there, and just need to put it in the, let's say, skull itself. But with the clay I'm using, it at least sits in there and doesn't get loose. So underneath we will find the on and off switch over here, but the unfortunate thing is I already mentioned it. It just turns on and off. There's nothing happening, no fading in, fading out. That's a little bit of a bummer. It works with three AA batteries, and that is something that I need to remove at the point sometimes, otherwise they're going to leak. But again, I think it's a very cool feature that this thing has. The Gnominator has a special story to it. So when I was like in this Facebook group, like a lot of people were like collecting, and everybody was like showcasing their Prime 1 Studios sideshow, and I was like made a joke like, you know, like this Gnominator is the badass thing. So a good friend of mine bought this as a joke, and to be honest, I still own it after selling off of most of my like statues. And the reason why, because I'm a big Terminator fan, and also like the fond memories like with the group, and you know, like he gave me this especially to me, and that is something of an extra appreciation, and also something that makes this thing extra special. And the details on this thing are absolutely great. I just more like, I don't know the manufacturer of this, if this is like something you should really put in your garden. I am never going to do that, because I think it's an absolutely shame to put this thing in your garden, because it's going to be have like a lot of like say weather and like shit over it, and it's going to be absolutely like completely messed up in the end. And I think the way how this thing just looks, it's so cool. Like the details of the base itself. Let's show you underneath. This is basically the company, Big Mouth Inc. Of course made in China. But basically those are the guys who made this. I must give them some extra kudos. This is one of my favorite, like say, Terminator pieces at this moment. Even this thing comes with some cool shadow detail. They did an amazing job with it. But last but not least, then we're having, of course, the tiny, like, Terminator endoskeleton. I must say that this is one of those pieces that I don't want to sell off, simply because it's so cool to see. And together with the Gnominator, it looks cool. It looks like a complete like kit together, like having like an endoskeleton in the same size, but also like having like the Gnominator next to it. But also here we have like a lot of details. This thing is not chrome, it's more like a metallic silver, but I don't really care about it. The details on this thing are pretty damn cool. There is also no light up feature, it's just what it is. So what you see is basically what you're going to get. So putting them together alone is already like cool to have. They fit perfectly, you would almost think already oh, that was not great. Yeah, and you can see the test, it is very durable, even for resin. Ugh. Okay, so take number 2. The one that I wanted to say, like, they look so cool together. And yeah, the only downside to this version is there is no like base whatsoever, so it needs to be standing on his feet. And it's not like the perfect situation over here. Like, there is even a sticker underneath saying Studio Canal or something like that. But yeah, again, like, I found this one back in the day on eBay for not a lot of money. I think I paid around like 25 euro for it. It was dirty cheap. But again, like, I just needed to have it to put it next to the Gnominator. I just wanted to give you an overview of my, let's say, personal Terminator collection, my humble collection. The only thing I had back in the day were like a couple of quarter scale statue and a half scale endoskeleton. The endoskeleton, I really regret selling that one. But again, like, you cannot have everything alive in my opinion. I'm happy for what I'm having over here. Let me know what you think of Terminator franchise. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.